So, let's take a minute to introduce ourselves. Who is up first? Not it.
Hi, I am Paxton. Uh, I am playing Streffen Daily. And I'm just happy to be here. And Streffen probably isn't super jazzed right now.
He didn't have to come.
He didn't have to, but he likes to support his friends.
He does like to support his friends. That's nice. Yeah. And then you played.
Hi, I'm Jackie. I play Amy Worth, who is the problem TM. Oh, hey, Yuki. Yeah, she's the whole reason that we're here. So many times over. I don't even know how to intro her anymore. She's just
the problem.
She's
the problem.
She's a Dampier. She's got a sword that looks like an umbrella.
She's got attitude and issues with authority.
She's got
maybe if only she had met Zordon, she could be a Power Ranger. Anyway.
She's got legs. She knows
they go all the way to the floor.
Use them. Sheer energy legs.
Now I have the image of somebody whose legs always go all the way to the floor. So she's on a roller coaster.
So long.
Down. Horrific.
Just being dragged along. All right.
Just flapping in the wind.
How are those knees? They go on for days. All right, so
the knees,
just huge,
terrifying, just the biggest fucking kneecaps.
Oh, you could use
man could be knocked out by those kneecaps.
You could use them as a shield to stop the Persian Empire if you were 3 across.
What is happening?
You would need a third leg to have 3 knees across, though.
I know exactly who to call.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, this is going to be a good game today.
Anyway, so yes. You broke into a magic yesterday. Last we played, you broke into a magical prison. Yeah, that's right. And you were looking for the supposed Amy's mother. And, right, because who's supposed to be dead, but then there's another vampire who
has been confirmed dead 2 separate times.
Yes.
Paxton Streffen saw it in a vision. Didn't necessarily see how it happened, just saw that it did. Mm-hmm. And then the person who beheaded her was just like, "Oh no, I killed her. Here's a photo."
Yeah.
So that was fun. That was a great time.
Yeah. But it's still believing that there's someone out there who believes she is alive. So you broke in.
And apparently proof of her death is not proof that it's impossible to take or to rescue her.
Yeah.
So
we also have contingencies, if he's not there for his side of the deal,
Yeah, no.
Because the magic... No, right, sorry. Excuse me.
Yeah. No, that's true. That there are ways out of this. I think I have a fucking eyelash in my eye, and it is fucking bothering me.
Do you need to go rinse it?
No, I'm good.
Go rinse it.
I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna get through this. Now I'm gonna go rinse it.
Okay. That was the right choice.
Yeah. Good luck, Ben.
Ness, how are you doing today? So glad you could join for stream.
Hello, Ness. It's good to meet you.
Oh, Paxton, this is Ness. He and I play Pathfinder together.
Ooh.
He currently has more characters than me, but I have more characters in the work. I just haven't finished them yet.
Yeah.
web.
Yes, ma'am. What
All
are you
right,
doing?
here we go. So, when last we left, you all dropped from a. When you look at it, actually, it doesn't look. You dropped from the ceiling, and it appears to be just like full ceiling. So it must be, like an uninterrupted ceiling. So it must be some sort of like hidden doorway. Because if you remember, this is not a known passageway in and out. This was left over from when this pocket space was created for the Bastion, for this group of people. And so you have dropped down. You're not certain where, but you do have a map that was provided for you by Spider, thanks to your machinations, Amy. And
the seamless plan that did not go wrong in any way, shape, or form.
The seamless plan that did not stop us from playing for like so long, like that almost ended the game. It was perfect. Everything was superb.
Everything went so well.
Yeah,
it's so great.
I've never seen a game go as well as that one. So, but you drop down. You're in a short hallway. There are, I think I described it last time as there was like a yellow line running down the middle of the floor, sort of like with this idea and like little signs that say like "stay on the line," and like probably for prisoners and stuff. There are the walls are just black concrete. They're pretty. There are. But you do notice that there are sigils that have been carved in or painted in. You all don't feel your magic waning or waxing at the moment, so you don't know quite what they do. But like if you tried to access it, I think you would feel like it may or may not go off, but it doesn't feel like there's like this oppressive push on you.
So it doesn't seem to be a limiting thing. It might be like an alarm thing.
And so there's that stuff. There, so that's where you are. And there are, let's see, there is you're in this very, the room itself, this like little hall, like, is actually kind of small and cramped. But there is, or this little hallway piece is small and cramped, but there is a door. There are two doors. One is kind of off to your left. The other one is off to your right. And from the door to your left, you hear kind of this like this like kind of grumbling, deep vibration coming from it.
Good vibrations.
I don't know, Marky Mark. You'll have to see. Come on. So that's where you are.
So one door has vibrations and the other one doesn't, is what you said?
Yep.
And we don't have any clear idea of where we are based on the map that we have.
Give me a common knowledge roll.
Common knowledge.
Okay.
Or actually, give me a smarts roll. That's what I want. I want a smart. This is like general smarts.
Awesome.
General
That's so much better than my common knowledge.
Like, can you just read a fucking map? Could you?
Yeah. See, my smarts is a D8. My common knowledge is a D4.
Oh yeah.
Amy's not dumb, but she doesn't give shit about knowing things.
She don't care about learning.
Ooh, that's no good.
I rolled a 5.
Okay.
I got a 2 and a 3, and I'm not going to spend a penny on it yet because I have a feeling I'm going to need them for things.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So interestingly enough, you look at the shape of this room, and kind of what you realize is it's not a square. Like, It's got this like extra little weird acute angle. And so if you look at the map that I gave you, um, you're in the small holding room that is between the laundry in the top left and this like much bigger delivery space that it looks like.
Gotcha.
But that's where you
probably dryers.
Mm-hmm. That would be an assumption.
Okay. It is an assumption.
But yes.
What happens when you make assumptions?
You make an ass out of you.
Sometimes you're right. What was some of the other information? Okay, so some of the info that we got from Spider was general information on guard rotations and placements of cameras, which means while we sneak through here, we get a +2 to stealth.
Yep.
We were noted that there were 3 particular isolation cells that have their own magic locks and environs that could potentially hold the person that we're looking for.
Yep. And that do you see that building that's disconnected from the main building that you're in? It's in the bottom left part of like
I was gonna say directly south.
Yeah, like on the other side of cell block B and the infirmary from you.
Yeah.
Where they have nothing. There's no writing in it. That's where Spider has marked the isolation stuff. They're their own.
God, that's so far away.
Yes. Spider didn't know where you were coming from.
No, that's fine. That is Jackie being bothered by the potential failure. Just the laundry room with windows.
If you spend
no, unless we go in.
Yeah, you won't know if you go in until you go in.
Paxton, do you think we should sneak through the building as much as we can since we know about the rotations and camera placements, or do you think we should try to find another way?
I think through the building is probably good. We are right next to the laundry room. Who knows what kinds of handy disguises.
Oh my god, you're so right. I didn't even think about that. Holy shit. Yeah, let's go in the laundry room.
Okay.
Let's see if we can find like a guard uniform or something. Or 2.
What web? Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else? Are any of these coming through for y'all?
What?
I'm not getting any.
Web's yelling at me. Say that again.
I didn't hear anything. Was that a sneeze? Okay.
No, he's just meowing at me.
Yep. So, are you going in like full send? Are you just like busting open the door like bam?
No.
Okay. Then can I get some?
Bam.
Can I get some stealth rolls?
Bam. Yeah.
Cool. At a +2. Question mark.
There's my D4. Come on, baby.
Oh, buddy.
Good thing about a D4 is that sometimes it blows up twice, and you end up with a 12.
Nice.
Are we getting the flat +2? Does that apply here?
No, because you're just moving between rooms. It's just like you're just entering.
In that case, it's only a 10.
Okay. Yeah, no.
I didn't make it then. I'm deciding if I want to spend a penny on this or not. I don't think so. At this point in time, narrowly speaking, I don't think she's good. I'm not going to spend a penny.
Okay. Also, you guys are back up to your full size. Like, that wore off when you guys made it. So you push open this door, and you just see rows and rows of like the industrial size like washers and dryers, the big honkin' like metal, like steel gray ones. They look battered, and they're just like da-doom, da-doom. And like some of them are very big, because you think about it now, like the laundry, like the laundromat service in the Mysteria is probably like very varied, because like a tree person is wearing like a giant this, and that person's wearing like a small that. So you probably like need all different sizes of laundromat of washing machines, because you may be washing the trousers of a giant. And then there's probably like even like old school like ringers and stuff, because some of these clothes are so old that you don't want to like use a machine on them. But some people have like pressed it anyway. But yeah, so it's a cacophonous thing here. And you go in. You are a ghost when you sneak in, Streffen. Which is funny considering you're the one with like the cane and the limp. But you manage to like. Yeah. You managed to. I don't know if it's Amy entering that distracts people, like that distracts whomever, but you managed to just like ride some, or maybe your size dust hasn't worn off yet, so you get into the right spot before you go big. But Amy,
or maybe I'm just social engineering. I'm just blending in with the crowd somehow.
Yeah, the crowd in this laundry room full of people-sized machines.
Yeah, Hi, Webb.
Dude. Yeah?
Yeah.
But regardless.
Yeah. So you're in like a little piece of shadow. Whereas you, Amy, maybe you're just in a fouler mood. Also, like someone just like took a bunch of keys in the back for you. Yes. But you enter into this room and you're just a little more exposed. And so you hear hold on. I'm gonna. Nope. I gotta like do my voice right. Hello. Is anyone here?
Do I see anybody, or do I just hear a voice?
You hear a voice, but you don't see anyone yet.
I don't think she's gonna respond to the call. She's gonna, as cautiously as she can, creep forward to try to identify where it's coming from.
Okay. So you see a person in, like, you managed to get around. You're probably gonna get spotted narratively, because you feel the role. But the person sort of poking around is it's a skinnier person, somewhere between like thin and waifish is the best way I would put it. They have very pale skin. Their hair is longer, probably around their chin. There's like almost purplish. Like it's dark, so dark that it's almost purple. They've got purplish lips, darker eyes, pale. And there's like an unhealthiness to them. And they're in an orange prisoner's uniform, and they have a silver, like thick silver collar around their neck that you can see is also etched with various mystical sigils and runes. Hello? And they're like...
Do I have any idea what they are?
Common knowledge? A cult?
I don't have a cult, so it'll be common knowledge. Excuse me, sir. Sorry.
You don't smell vampire on them.
No, You don't smell vampire on them. That like your sense is
Fam.
not tingling.
That's some 2s. I don't know shit.
Now they seem human to you. I mean, awkwardly human, humanoid. Like,
Purple.
humanoid is the best way to put it. I think.
They're a person at least.
Yeah.
Got fuzz on your face, buddy. Calm down.
And they're holding like a mop, like in a defensive position.
Mop head up, flopping behind them, dripping water.
I said I had nothing to, and they're like, Jojo, is that you? Because I said I'd get it back to you. I'd get you the money. I'm so sorry. Like,
oh. Am I gonna try that? Okay. Okay. Amy's going to.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Here we go.
How does she do this?
Ouch.
So she sees this guy.
Yep, they're gonna see you real soon.
The guy probably sees her at this point.
Yep.
If not, she will step into his line of sight with a finger over her lips.
Okay.
And wait to see how he responds. No, she's not making a shushing sound, but it is the motion.
Okay.
Call back to our first adventure, Paxton. Haha.
So you're attempting to, I would assume, is this an intimidation?
Not yet. I want to see how he reacts, and then I'm gonna say something, and then it'll be an intimidation.
Okay. You hear he's like, who are you? If you're not an inmate, you a guard?
Guard. He asked guard. I heard God, and I was like, I mean, yeah, but
it's tough to be a god.
If someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes.
You say yes.
Yeah. If you're not, I can scream. I can scream. Someone will come running.
I think at this point she's going to say softly, but I'm not going to speak softly because, okay, quiet enough for him to hear, but I'm not going to speak softly because radio.
Over the quiet enough to hear over like the ka-junk.
Yeah. Ka-junk.
There's like shoes in one of the things. They're just so loud because shoes and dryers are the loudest sound in the world.
And they don't have any shoelaces to do that trick for.
Yep.
Thank you, Webb.
He just hits mute.
Thank you so much, buddy.
Mute.
Don't. He's good about stepping over the laptop, except for when he's being a dick.
Except for when he turns it on airplane mode.
I don't think this one has that button as readily hittable. He would have to hit the other laptop that I had been using before. It was like effing locked, so he just had to hit the right button. Not the point. She like slowly lowers her hand from her mouth and says, I wouldn't recommend screaming. Jojo's already upset with you enough as it is.
Oh no. So give me an intimidation roll.
Thank you.
And then actually probably like, why don't you give me a +2 to that one, because you're in like civvy clothes.
Uh-huh.
You like there's too like you're just out of nowhere. So
it's in a very private space and there's nobody else around.
Sounds like prom night.
You're in the laundry room, no one can hear you scream.
Yeah.
You know how big these dryers and washers are?
I put you in it and roll you around.
Put you in it. No, I don't need to shake you. The machine can. Good God, these dice. Oh, thank fuck I misread that one. That was a 4, aced into a 3, +2 is a 9.
Okay. He takes like a step back, and like and all the like pretense and energy of like swinging the mop at you like drops like a little. He's just like he drops the. In fact, he drops the mop. He's like, listen, man, I don't. I just needed a loan to get through, to some goods. I was good for it. I told him I have connections. I'll be able to get what needs to be got. So please don't hurt me yet. I promise.
The delay?
The shipment hasn't come in like I thought it was going to. I said I was good for it.
When can we expect it? Jojo's very impatient.
What? Soon. It should be in the next day or two. I promise. What can I do to show you that I'm still good for it?
Oh, thank you for this gift, Ben. Paxton, brainstorming time. What should I ask for?
The moon.
Have
him lasso.
Can you give me the moon? Can you lasso the moon? Bring it down. Consume it, and you'll have moon rays shooting from your fingertips. My family loves that movie.
Let me see. What can we read? Oh hell!
I don't like you rolling things off screen.
Oh, I'm just making a stack. Sorry, I'm just making a stack of dice. Like that.
Okay.
While you were talking, I was trying to balance all these dice on each other.
They're like, this is the second time that I've had somebody just fucking with dice.
And you're
sorry.
And you're like, what is happening? Not fucking nothing.
The other one, I couldn't see who it was because it was just voice call. And I was just like, I swear to God, who's messing with dice right now? Because it was an extremely tense situation. Sure. And the other PC was just like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just moving things. I'm like, thank God it's not the GM.
Yeah. No. It wasn't.
Yeah, Paxton, what should I ask for?
I don't know.
I have two thoughts.
What are your thoughts? Webb has a thought.
That is how he asks for me to play with him. Normally, he'll just go over to the worm on a string toys and like gently tap at the rod. And then recently, he's been coming and putting a hand on my shoulder for the laser pointer because he knows I have it at my desk, but he doesn't know how to open it himself quite yet. One thought is having this person get us guard uniforms specifically. Like if he's working in here, maybe he knows where to find them, so we don't have to spend the time searching. The other thought is either information regarding the 3 holding cells that we're going to have to look into, or if he knows the quickest and least obstructed or viewed way to get there.
I think it would probably be the lowest risk and most likely to actually be able to help to ask for help with the disguises. Whether they're guard uniforms or like maintenance worker clothes or something,
Okay.
Let me ask you this, and I don't want to give it to you ahead of time, tell you what it's for. But do you want to spend a penny? Because if you say no,
I will gladly spend a penny.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend my little chuka penny.
Okay, that's good.
What are those goods? Give me.
Yeah. No. It'll definitely it will affect the story in what I think is a positive way, but I didn't want. I wanted to just,
No, yeah, I understand. Yeah, totally.
But if you said no, I didn't want to adjust I didn't, So. Okay.
Yeah. So I agree. I think Amy takes a step closer to the man. He had just asked, what can I do to
Mm-hmm.
What did he say?
What can I do to prove? Like, what can I do to prove you I'm still good for this?
Okay, trying to figure out how she would phrase it. It's like I already have the internal excuse of like, don't worry how we got in. You're going to help us get out, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's just how she says it.
Or maybe it's got to talk to one or two more people before I leave.
Yeah.
So like,
all right. So she gets a step closer. She's like, "You want to prove that you're good for it?
Yes,
You're gonna help me get through this easier." And then she's gonna give him instruction to provide or find or indicate where she can find 2 uniforms or if uniforms that would allow her to move through the prison with a little more ease.
Okay. Well, you want to move? He looks at you. What's Jojo planning? Oh, no, none of my business. None of my business. He says, he goes, well, I can get you uniforms. We do all of it in house. All the laundering in house. Very few of it happens. Of course, come with me. And he like takes you over to a different place that has like those like huge industrial irons that you just like lay things and then like presses.
uh-huh.
And he you know, there are like a number of uniforms hanging up. He goes, but I'm not sure how good they're gonna do you because I don't have keys or key cards at the check stations. But okay, this is none of my business. For purposes. But here you go. But just to let yes.
Just the
Anything else?
She did say that would help her move easiest
Oh.
through. If this is what he recommends specifically, then that's what she'll go with. If there's something else that he knows might have an easier time.
Oh, is it? Well, I was about to do my rounds, and he points to this like giant, like this like legitimately huge laundry cart that's like he's gonna have to like push it with his hands above his head, or like
on his tiptoes.
yeah, like
wearing
or like
stilts.
pull it up. Like there's probably like a hydraulic to it, and he like pulls it behind him. Actually, he goes, of cell of the B block, it is lights out after all, and so it's time to pick up the laundry, and no one minds me. No one looks at poor Miles and thinks that I'm gonna do anything. That's why I have this gig, poor Miles, huh?
Poor Miles.
And he's kind of doing one of those things where he's like looking at the ground and like very golem-esque, like just trying to show you that you are more powerful than he is, and you know.
I think she does have a moment of like, yeah, poor Miles, shut up.
I can't
the fucking worst.
I can't open the doors, but most of them do open them for me. You only, you know, it's coming back here that they check, but when it's empty, when I leave, they don't bother. No one's crazy enough to want to go deeper into this place.
He said B block.
Yeah, so it'll be getting us closer.
Yeah, and there's a few doors. It's just a matter of getting through them. Ben, can you tell me what that Benny was for now?
Yeah. The Benny was for that it was nighttime and that his rounds were happening.
Hell yeah.
Otherwise, it would be daytime.
Take that Benny. Yeah.
And he would have told you a different thing.
Yeah. Paxton, have you spent a Benny yet?
I have not yet.
Would you be willing to spend a Benny to say that you were already hiding in the thing?
So I was thinking about doing something like that too.
That you had just like hopped in already? That's fine.
Yeah.
I love the spend of that Benny. Like, so like he only thinks there's one person.
Yep. keeping up that very successful sneak that Streffen made. Sorry. Yeah, so I think he looks over to the cart, mentions that, and Amy takes like one final step closer to him and says, "You don't fucking tell anybody anything."
No, not at all. I promise. I promise.
So like watching you eyes, and then hops into the thing as well.
Okay. Okay.
She pops her head up. She's like, 2 taps on the side when you're at the very end of the block, farthest away from this area.
Yeah, of course. That makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Don't try to make sense of it. Just do it.
Okay, cook two taps. You got it.
2 taps.
This fucking guy. He said Miles.
Poor Miles. Yep. And
Miles.
And he grabs. Okay. So actually, you know what I'm thinking? They actually look like. You know those like hand forklifts that go into like pallets.
Yeah, that you have to like pump it and then you
pull it and then
I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's exactly how this thing operates because it's so big and they're taking in so like different like weights of clothes and stuff that he's just like, ugh. And then you hear him
the hydraulic lift and then it
and you hear him just like mutter, "She's heavier than you look." Because there are 2 of you in there, and like he's like he thinks you're like a dense lady.
He doesn't know what I am. I could be wearing a glamour.
Yeah, it's true. He's just like that's why he said heavier than she looks. Like, and
what if a bone's made of steel?
Yes, she must be
adamantine bones.
Yep,
because steel is heavier than feathers.
Yep,
steel is heavier than feathers.
And you are
a kilogram of feathers.
You're.
But they are both a kilogram.
You hear.
Sorry,
like
Ben, I'm sorry.
No worries. You go through like this double doors. Like you see them like because all you're seeing is like up, right? You're at the bottom of this thing, so you're seeing up, and so you see these like 2 double doors like open up like swinging doors, and you know that from like if you look at the map, you're entering into the kitchen area. Like there's the laundry's off from the kitchen, and you hear like a couple people be like some who are finishing. Probably like who are also on this like night shift to clean up or whatever, and then you hear like him say like boss, like and then he's like about to do your rounds, Miles. Yes, Miles has to do his stuff. And he's like, all right, you get out there. Like, you're expected back here. Yes, of course. There's like a boom as like a door open. You can hear like an electric lock unlock, and they're pulled through. And it's the same. It happens again a little bit longer, and then again a little bit after that, so that like you can count that there are definitely 3 locked doors at this point. And then you get to this like, and then it's like very dark, and
it's okay. I have night vision.
Sure. I do not believe that. And
that's not a thing for me. No.
And you get to like this first stop, and you hear someone be like, you hear someone say like, "Hey, Miles, officer." He goes, and then boom, 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 all this clothing falls on top of you, just like rank sweat clothing, like why, like just falls on top of you, and it's like. It's like you thank you, and you like keep going, and just pulling, and you can actually see that this room that you're in is 2 stories tall. It's like a huge, because you see way up. It's probably, I don't know, it's probably like a 40, probably a 70-foot ceiling above you. It's so high. And you can see that there's another level that has like barred doors on them as well. So this is like you're going through like the cell block B at this point. That's what you're figuring. And he's just like pulling it along. You hear this like nervous whistling start, like just like and then you hear like a psst, psst, Miles, you come over here. Sorry, can't tonight. I'm running a thing for Jojo. I said, you come over here, Miles.
Fuck.
And Jojo's not the one. Jojo's not in charge of B Block. Silas is in charge of B Block. You come over here. I need you something. Okay. And then he like, you stop moving. And
okay.
And you hear him like he just leaves, and you're just there for a minute.
In the rounds and camera situation information stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What was the stuff about B Block? What did that say regarding?
Okay.
Rounds?
So if you look at your watch, you know that Lights Out has been on for about an hour at this point. There is not going to be another round for about 35 or 40 minutes, which is why you assume that this person is taking this opportunity to tell Miles to do something. And the you can't be certain. Like, I think you were like counting steps, or you think. I mean, there are like cameras all over the place, but there are also like blind spots and, you know, pillars and things that, you know, the average person doesn't know, but you would like. But Spider helped you.
Yeah, thanks, Spider.
Which is why you
Spider gave us a map with the trajectory of the camera visibility and its blind spots, like they have on the back of the big trucks.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. Yeah. So just so you know, that's why you have the +2.
Yeah.
Either of you want to make me a notice roll?
I'll make a notice roll. Can we both make a notice roll?
Yes, please. That's why I said either. Both of you want to make me a notice roll?
Oh, wait. My dice have been rude to me so far.
Oh, yeah. That's a 10 for me.
Good thing you'd pass it. How much would you get?
I get a crit fail.
Oh, no!
Oh, Jackie.
So you...
Like, I think I just got the stankiest bit of something on my face, and Amy is just dealing with that right now. And trying really hard not to vomit. I think it's also very narratively interesting that the only roll that I've successfully made so far is
being mean.
Intimidation, because Amy is stressed, mad, and upset. Yep. So that's a fun combination for her.
Yeah.
Streffen, you hear like a gurgling sound, like almost like a
he's dead.
Like a choky sound. Someone's like and struggling. That's what you hear. No one's, you know, there's still like, and maybe some like very harsh, right? Like that's what you're hearing.
Ah, fuck.
And Amy's just like, oh, fucking shit.
Like, you don't know.
She's just muttering as quietly as possible to herself.
I think
the underwear that landed directly on her face.
Oh. I think
right.
It just smells taps
on her elbow.
It smells like elephant ball, like right, like
just.
So what's
Streffen doing?
Streffen just like taps on Amy's elbow. It's just like I think he's dying. This guy's killing him. Let me see.
See, now I'm at an impasse, right? Because we could either take this opportunity to be like, hey, I'll tell the guards that you just fucking killed this guy, or we could save him and get somebody that's like very much on our side. What were you thinking, Paxton?
Just that as long as we're moving forward, right?
What does that mean? I mean, like Newton's laws and all that. Yeah, that makes sense. But like in this context, what do you mean by that?
Streffen is mostly just concerned that like they have had this like relatively very safe, stealthy way of moving around, and Streffen doesn't want that to be taken away immediately. You know?
So is Streffen thinking save the guy or leverage the guy?
Probably save the guy because Streffen's too nice.
He really should be working on that.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Are we seeing this
that's
boy?
Why we keep you around.
Seeing this boy? This boy that I'm terrorizing with my pencil.
What do you think?
Okay. I think regardless, Amy is going to end up having to hop out.
Mm-hmm.
She is going to try to do it on whichever side Streffen indicated he might have heard the sound coming from, so as she's not seen by other people. And she is going to do her best to intervene without having to draw her blade.
Sure.
And I haven't asked this since coming into this prison. Like, that vampiric radar that I got.
Not right now.
I got pings on it? No? Nothing?
No pings yet.
No pings. Okay.
No pings.
Interesting.
So you hop out. And I'm assuming you're going to land in a stealthy manner.
I'm going to try. Yeah. Roll out the side.
Yeah. So I'll let you do an athletics or a stealth roll on this one.
They are the same dice.
Okay. You should get new dice.
I meant by type.
I know.
I've got... Okay. You're just being facetious.
No, you just rolled critical failure. Those dice go away.
I know, okay?
I want you to physically fail. I want to crit fail again.
You got close. Gonna spend a penny on that. It was a 1 and a 2.
Oof.
This is different dice.
Yeah.
Can you help me with this, Web? No. I need you to like sniff these. Sniff these? No? Okay. He's not interested. Would you believe I got a 1 and a 2 again?
No.
What is happening?
I
have 1 penny left.
Oh, I need to get common bond so bad.
I need to stop rolling like shit.
I don't know what is happening today.
It comes and goes. My dice stink. It's a thing. My dice stink's a thing. It's not as consistent as Allie, but I am now out of pennies. All right, Web. If I get crit fail this one, I'm blaming you. Okay, new dice, and it's a 1 and a 3. I do not succeed on this fucking basic ass stealth check to land quietly.
Oh shit. So you come down hard.
It wasn't a crit fail.
It wasn't. No. I'm gonna. No. You didn't like fall on your ass. But I'm going to. No, this is just I'm not actually making anyone notice. I'm just adding to the time with this.
Oh, great. Love that. Love that you got a clock going. Love that I didn't know about it till just now.
So you come down
Beautiful.
hard. You see a tentacle, like a squishy tentacle, oozing whatnot, has fully wrapped
tentacle.
from like thigh to neck its way around the torso of poor Miles. And he's just like being squeezed so hard. So basically what the failures have done have like every moment has gone by. I've added more of his body encased and being squeezed by this tentacle. Because you were like, oh, I don't want to use my sword. Well, so you came down. So I'm just adding to what you
like
need.
she has it, but I'm going to try to not have to use it.
No, that's what I got. So like when a person gives an intention, I'm just adding like your failures are not making you notice. It's just I'm gonna like, how are you gonna do it without your sword now?
Okay, I don't think you're understanding. She has the sword with her.
I know. You just don't want to draw.
The first try is going to be without it, and if that doesn't work, she's going to use it.
I know. Oh, I know.
It's not out of the equation.
No, I got it.
It's just like, okay.
No, I'm just because of your failures, I'm speeding up the that you may have to use it.
Okay, now
that's right, because like you hop down, he's only got his ankle wrapped. You're like, oh, maybe I can just stomp on it, but now, like, it's fully in cold figure. Like he's not anyway. So that's where you see poor Miles.
Yeah, she's gonna. Here's a question. Like the tentacle is obviously coming from whoever is inside of the cell, right?
Yeah.
And her failed stealth or whatever, or athletics or whatever, would that person have noticed her because of it?
Hey, Paxton, want to spend a Benny?
Sure, I'll spend a Benny.
Nope, he didn't notice.
That's not what I wanted.
Oh, oh, sorry. Whatever.
I won't spend a Benny.
Don't spend a Benny. All right. Yes, he does notice then. I guess I should have said, "Hey, what do you want? Do you want him to notice?"
I can't take notes if you're open on my notepad. He just wants to be included. I asked because him noticing means that Amy doesn't necessarily have to say something for him to recognize she's present in the situation. Sure. And this super magic jail, I imagine, doesn't often have people who aren't supposed to be here in here.
No, very unusual.
So, like, what is what does the guy do when he sees this lady pop out of nowhere?
He said, you hear this like short whisper. Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this? Miles? Who the fuck are you?
Miles just like
and then it's like it tightens a little bit more. Yeah. Like I can't breathe.
She's gonna say this quietly without approaching at all if she can. Umbrella in hand, but still sheathed, which is a fun sentence. Sir. I'm the person that's gonna need you to let Miles fucking go.
I don't. What does he say? I don't take orders from anyone, bitch.
Okay. Sword's coming out. I'm gonna stab the tentacle.
Jesus Christ. Not even like
the wrong thing to say. It's the wrong thing to say, man.
I'll give you. Wait, what are your hindrances again? What are your hindrances?
Habit, outsider. The ones that I chose are rebellious, and secret.
Okay, I think I'll give you a Benny for playing into Amy's dumbassness. Like her just like pure, her like pure like. Well, I guess I could talk. No, I'm not gonna talk.
High stress situation, you know. She don't want to be here. Yeah. So I'm gonna draw the sword and stab at the tentacle.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a
unless we want it to be in 2 stages of drawing the sword as an intimidation and then stabbing the tentacle would be if the intimidation fails.
That's up to you.
The more steps it takes, the
more I don't
Miles breaks.
Amy's impatient. She's not gonna. She doesn't want to. Things have already been taking too long.
Okay.
So she's gonna stab the dude in a tentacle.
Roll me that slice. It's gonna be. I'm gonna give you a +2 because it's currently tied around Miles. I'm gonna give you a thing.
Thank you. Which
critical fail. Amy drops her sword. It breaks on the floor.
No.
That's a 10 total.
Oh, okay. All right. No dodge. Roll me some damage.
Is it a raise?
Yeah, certainly a raise. Certainly a raise on this.
Listen, I ask.
Yeah, just a raise. But
that's right? Yeah. Okay. Well, $25.
Jesus Christ. So let me ask you this. Okay, so like let's
it just hits an artery and he bleeds out immediately.
Yeah,
I would like to slice the tentacle off.
Oh, that was gonna be my question. Like, are you going for like a stab and a pin? Because that'd be dope.
With 25 damage, I think I would like to slice the tentacle off.
Like, I don't know how to
It's like I got like the edges of a cool one-liner. Hang on.
Okay, the edges of a cool one-liner.
I could see the shape of it, but I can't. I don't know the form quite yet. God, this one-liner's edging me. Fuck.
Yikes! I don't like that at all.
All right, we're gonna cut this conversation off real quick.
That goes in the box.
Liner, hardly even know her.
No, boo. Slicer, barely know her. I'm the bitch now.
Sorry for being too sharp, but I'm gonna have to borrow your main squeeze for a minute.
Boo! Fuck that! Boo! Those are too many puns. What have I said about puns?
You didn't say it on stream, so it didn't count.
Manhattan.
Hang on. I don't know if this will be a problem, but I'm gonna play it anyways.
Jesus Christ. Are we gonna get fired? Am I gonna get sued by The Price is Right now?
I don't know if they can DMCA that sound effect necessarily, because it's less than 5 seconds long, and that's usually around where it starts becoming a problem.
Oh, okay. But I feel like that's a very, like, noticeable sound. People know that sound.
Yeah.
Pretty recognizable. Hello, Suki.
Man, I can't find this fucking one-liner. I think she cuts off the tentacle. It says, "I wasn't asking, dickhead."
Oh,
I think that's the best I got right now.
Yeah, that's the best you got.
That's the best. You're not supposed to agree with me, Ben.
That slapped. That was one step away from remember when I said I'd kill you last. I lied.
Would you say that it's cutting?
I'm gonna take away Benny's for butts. Sorry, you fucking get nothing. I don't think I'm gonna roll the soak because there's like no, because it's too cool. So you just two things happen. You
screaming.
You go right through that tentacle, just so easily.
Like butter.
Yeah, it's like cutting aspic or like some sort of gelatin. Just like that smooth. Like
ooh,
it's like
glorp just a tiny little bit.
Yeah, there's like a boop, but it's like it gives enough resistance to let you know you're cutting through something, but it's not enough to be like, oh. And I think that like one of the reasons you deal so much fucking damage to it is because like maybe you were expecting there to be like more to it, you know, like there should be more flash. It should be like cutting through like a steak or a fish, but no, you just and
got through some Jello.
Yep, and it falls to the ground. Miles falls to the ground, and yes, there is an incredible amount of howling that starts coming out of this thing, and as just this almost lime green blood starts spraying arterially all over you and Miles and howling. And I think with that, we're going to take a break because this adds a little, like, this couldn't have gone better. All right.
Shut up.
Time for a break. We'll be back in 5. Also, like, Webb needs a timeout, it seems like.
Look, he's in my shit.
Suki, like Webb, be more like Suki. What a nice girl.
He's not lovey-dovey like Suki. He doesn't like to cuddle, but he likes to be in my space, but he doesn't like me touching him, but he wants to touch me.
All right. All right. I'll see you guys later. I'll be right back. Bye. Started. Be right back. No.
That much.
Yeah, sort of. Poor Goop. Poor Miles.
Poor Miles.
Maybe.
And Goob. Yeah, we're jailbreaking.
Goob.
They broke in. Now they got to break out. All right. You just lopped. All right. Jackie, you just lopped off a tentacle, and they're screaming. Right? There's like howling from this creature that was through the bars, and you all actually and Streffin, you have just been like lying quietly at the bottom of this garbage, or the bottom of this giant laundry basket, and but you hear that like people are starting, like, no lights come on because it's not like everyone's like got light switches or anything, but you do hear people start like, hey, shut the fuck up. What the hell is that? You hear, like, people starting to move and like, go to their cells, like, their cell doors and stuff. And meanwhile, you're also, like, you suddenly hear guards being like, shut up! What's going on down there? Like, you know, and there is, you know, there better be a problem, things like that.
Yeah, well,
so what are you doing?
I think I am spending a Benny to use my future sight edge.
Okay.
And say that actually everything that just happened was a vision that Streffen had of a potential future.
Aha. So like if so you rewind to the part where that was a good move, by the way. You rewind to the part where both of you hear
the dude like calling
yeah,
to
the
him.
dude go psst, like Jojo isn't in charge of cell block B. Silas is. You come over here.
And I lean over to Amy and I say, "You tell him not to. We have to keep going."
You're the one with the brain powers. You fucking tell him. This is Jackie saying that, not me, not Amy.
Here, Jackie.
He doesn't know what brain me sounds like.
Brain me.
Brain me.
Listen, behind every boss ass bitch, there's an internalized man. That's not true, but I wanted to make the tone deaf joke.
That's a pretty funny joke. It makes me very uncomfortable for some reason.
You don't want to have a man inside of you, Paxton?
I'm not answering that. There's no right answer.
Yeah, I can hiss at him, "Don't you fucking dare," or you can even more silently speak to him in his brain, but he might not react well to that.
Yeah, I don't think he would react well to that. Also,
Yeah, okay.
I don't know him well enough to telepathic bond.
Oh, that's right. You've got that thing. It's got that limit.
I have telepathic bond that it has a huge range, but only for like people I know.
It's Miles, poor old Miles. You don't know poor old Miles.
Poor Miles. All right, so so you hear him? You like? What do you say?
The guy says that Paxton Streffen is just like, stop him, and Amy will like shift as quietly as she can to get as close to the edge where she knows the guy is pulling from, and hisses, hopefully so only he hears, "Don't you fucking dare on your way back. Talk to him on your way back."
But he'll kill us. But it's cell block B is Silas's route. I feel like I have to.
He's in a fucking jail cell. What's he going to do? Come after you? Keep moving.
Oh boy.
Oof. Okay.
Amy doesn't know what happened.
That's true.
Streffen just said, "Don't."
Don't let him stop. Make him keep going.
And all right, I guess so. And then you just hear
Amy also doesn't give two shits what kind of complication this puts in this man's life. He's in jail.
Yeah. You hear poor Miles say like, "I'll get you on the way back." And then like the voice
on the flip side,
the voice is like, that voice like, "Don't you fucking walk away from me, Miles. Don't you and like, but it is like he isn't trying to raise alarm, and so and then you hear like another voice be like, "Yo, shut up, I'm trying to sleep," and he's like, "Yo, no, you shut the fuck, Miles," and then like it gets a little quieter as you start moving again. Because you did roll like a several raises with your one.
Right. Intimidation earlier was like a 9, I think.
It
was just a single raise.
Yeah, so it was good enough that he's still nervous about you.
And he doesn't even know about my sword yet.
No, he just thinks that you work for JoJo.
A very big question. Was that just a stupid improv moment that you were trying to fill silence with, or is that like a thing that you thought I would latch onto and work with?
What?
The JoJo line of like, "Tell JoJo I'm good for it. I'll get him his stuff," or whatever it was.
Yeah, that was a total improv that I was like, I'm going to give you stuff to work with.
I appreciate it. I ran with it.
You did.
And by ran, I mean hid in a tub of laundry.
Yeah. And so actually you get to this point, and a few more minutes, there's more laundry dumped on you. You turn for you. There's like some turning, and he says, "I have to go to grab the sheets from the laundry." And that should let you know where on the map you are, or the No, sorry, I have to grab sheets from the infirmary. So that should let you know where you are. But you stop, and just like minutes are going by at this point, and you're nervous.
I have a big question.
Sure.
How does he get to the infirmary from either of the cell blocks? Because there's no direct line there. He has to go such a circuitous route.
Oh, you're right. I thought there were. I didn't see it in my mind. Never mind. There is a.
I mean, if you want there to be doors there, that's fine. We'll take those doors.
But like, there's in my mind there is a door across those small rooms. Like there's a whole hallway across those rooms.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I didn't quite notice, but yes. And so like that's where you kind of are. You're halfway through at this point. And he comes back, and if you thought the laundry that you were getting before reeked, this is like soiled and bloody. Can I get vigor rolls to like control your feelings of health?
Vigor? I hardly know her.
Oh, thank fuck.
Did you finally roll well?
Yeah, I got an 11.
Oh.
Ooh.
You kept that
I got
shit.
a 5.
All right, well, you both keep that shit tamped down as probably literal shit falls on you for a little bit. But no fatigue. There was going to be some fatigue way if you had failed.
This was to roll against fatigue?
Yeah, if you had failed, I would have given you a fatigue point.
It's not to roll against fatigue. It's a check to see if you gain.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Because I feel like the difference being, like, I imagine this is regarding your thing, where it's like rolling to not be fatigued from strenuous physical activities.
Yeah, no, this isn't this. This is just like to keep your lunch down.
Yeah.
I mean, even if I had, that would have been a 4. Yeah. Even if my anemic counted.
Yeah. So you're pushed along again. Like if you had been like, I have a weak stomach, I would have been like, oh, you're at a minus whatever. But you've never suggested that. And I think it's just ponderously slow. Like that's the problem. Is you're stopping, like there's more weight of clothes. Thank you. Winding up on you. And finally you hear, after a long time, him whisper, I'm going to have to go back soon. We're almost at the end of the run. So, I don't, like, if you need me to do something, you may
The instruction he was given to tap twice when it is time for us to get out. Not speak to us at length.
Fair enough. Well, I had forgotten that as the game master.
Like, if that was a character for Miles, that's totally fine. But Amy was gonna have some choice words for him.
No. He taps. Well, you see him stop. Like he stops again, and he taps twice. But you hear another voice being like, "Hey Miles, how's the round going?" "Oh, good, Warden." Prison. Good. No, not Warden. Good. God, Johnson. No problem. That's good to hear. Just at the end of B block, getting ready to head back. Uh-huh.
Gonna make us roll stealth while he's talking to the guard.
I fucking love the casual narrating what he's doing. That's just like, I'm just doing my job.
Yes.
Having reached the end of B block.
Yes. Now, to repeat, you would like to buy some drugs from me.
Right? Like,
right?
like he's
You're
mic'd.
here to-
Like he's
At
like
the end of B-Rock.
Now, to say that again, you're offering me how much money
Yep.
for how much weed?
Please say it more to my chest.
Can you speak up?
Oh
Yeah.
man. God, that's so fucking stupid.
All right, let's see if we can do this one Benny stealth roll.
Yeah.
One Vinny stealth roll with a +2 because of the thingamabob, yeah?
Nope. No plus on this one.
What?
Because the guard is physically present.
Yeah. There are ways that I think you could use, like you could make it, like, how are you getting out? Let me ask you this. How are you getting out? Because depending on what you do, I think there are ways to do it that I would be happy to give, like, so narrate me your escape.
I have a very important question about the material that the container we are currently writing in is made out of.
It's that ugly yellow fabric.
Oh, it's fabric. Yeah. Delightful. I have a knife.
That was my
I would like
question.
to cut. I would like to cut the fabric on the bottom side where we are away from where the guard is, just in orientation wise.
And I would love to give you a +2 on your stealth roll.
Thank you so much for the props, Ben.
How are you getting out?
I'm gonna slice that bitch open like a fucking C-section and slide out like a freshly born baby.
I hate everything about that phrase. Everything about that was gross. I'm gonna take away a Benny.
The coffee has hit.
Well, you know, Ben, we are covered in all sorts of unspeakable.
It's true. You're
like residue.
Bodily fluids.
Yep. It's true. You're rolling out like an amniotic sac. I take it back.
Yep.
I hope y'all have enjoyed watching this shit show.
Maybe you can quit. You're left now.
Bob Stith, who?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Dude, Rob Stith is terrified of, like, there's so many of their...
the amount of, like, birth-based horror that happens, they have to be.
Terrified of babies. Terrified of birth. And I've been in the room with 2 births, and they are fucking gross. But... so many.
I have no intention of participating in a birth.
Well, you know, one of my favorite bits that Nate Bargatze ever did was like, and then they asked me to cut the cord, and I'm like, oh, am I doing your job now? Like, because I had like the same feeling when they were like, hey, Dad, you want to do this? No. Did I go to medical school for this? Like, no thanks.
Sorry, just reading it in chat. Sometimes I'm glad I'm done eating.
Yeah,
it's good timing. It's good timing.
Hashtag I got 1 million of them for the fact that I've only been in 2 births. Like the sheer fucking trauma. Like, and I didn't even go through it of being
just an observer of it.
The observer of it is enough to be like, never again. Never again.
Yeah.
So I got a 6 total.
Great, perfect. You rolled out fine.
How'd you do, Struffin?
I got a 4 total.
Woo!
Hey, +2s. Let's go.
All right, let me see what this.
You will note that with a 4 total, that does mean I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
But hey, that +2, it's a strong meow yourself.
All right, so you all managed to get out well, but the guard says, "Huh, you hear something, Miles?"
No.
No.
And Miles is like, "What are you talking about?"
Sometimes the laundry just resettles.
I'm pretty certain that this. No, I didn't hear anything. I apologize, Officer Guard
It
Johnson.
was a toot.
And then he goes, yeah. And he goes, nah, I could have sworn I heard something like a. Let me just take a look. And I'm gonna give you cats a second to figure out like a beat. Each one of you have one actionable move. Because he rolled really well on his notice.
Yeah.
No.
Not good enough to hear Amy, but good enough to hear Streffen.
Damn. Do the thing where we just walk around on the opposite.
That was my first thought. Legitimately, it's just like I would like to roll notice to see if I can determine which direction the guard is walking, so we can just keep perfectly even, and then make a mad dash out the door.
I'm happy to let you do that if you want to.
Hell yeah!
I'll even give you a +2 because you hear Miles be like, "No, I didn't hear anything." And like his voice is coming. He's obviously like
walking with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus.
Miles is a real one.
That's a 6 total on that notice.
All right. Yep, you do it. Like he's would hate for you to come around the right side. Like
no, there's nothing on the right side.
Yeah.
I just tooted. Just like every single time he's trying to make the toot excuse.
Yeah, it was all. You know how the beans were.
It was a fart.
Okay, so you. So you do that game of moving around to the opposite side.
You know, when you're trying to get to Zelda in Ocarina of Time, and you got to go through the gardens. We can't let the guards see you, but there's bushes.
Yeah, you just move around the hedge count so that. Yeah,
and he like toddles forward, stops, and then goes.
Yep, or you're playing tag, and there's always a table in between you. Yeah, I know that. I know exactly what you're doing. Maybe you slice another hole and you crawl through it to the other. No, you don't.
Yeah, we just go back in, come out the other side.
He's like, oh God.
I do think
laundry.
Oh, it might be a little too late to say this. Hindsight has me like, Amy probably should have like done a tiny little slice and then ripped a hole to make it seem like natural wear and tear, not so much somebody cutting through it. But I didn't say it beforehand, and I'm going to keep my Benny for other problems.
Yeah. Well, now we're gonna see if he notices the slice.
No, sir.
Boop, boop, boop.
You are not allowed up here. I have food.
Nope, not with a negative. I'm gonna spend one of my GM bennies to see if he notices the slice.
Oh boy.
He notices the slice, and Miles is just like, I found it earlier. And
he doesn't.
It was a real sharp one.
He does not notice, thankfully. It's too low light.
What if you spent another GM Benny?
No, I'm saving them for a little bit from now.
Benny bullying the GM now? Really?
I am an equal opportunity Benny bully.
No.
You've been in enough games with me, Paxton, that you know this.
So he comes
Do
around.
not chew on my laptop.
Just disappears. Man, cat.
Delightful. We are having some cat ventures today.
He's fucking chewing on the corner of my work laptop. Like, dude, no.
I hate that song. So he manages to. No, you don't manage to. Sorry, you manage to get around. He doesn't notice. You are faced with the situation as you realize that. So let me tell you where you're at. You're at the end of this hallway, right? So there is you can see that there is a door to the outside, like to the hallway. You know there's a hallway on the other side at the end of this. But it is a door that requires a key card or something. You see like a touchpad, like a fob scanner, and it's red, and you need it to be green, so it's not open. So I don't know if there are other ways you want to make it through this door.
a la Star Wars rules. If I stab the electronics, will the door open? No, probably not.
Oh man.
But I wanted to ask because I thought it would be funny.
It is funny.
Oh, I should have taken thievery.
I'm thinking the same fucking thing. I don't have thievery, even if I do have stealth. Hang on, I'm gonna look up a thing real quick.
Okay.
Good luck.
I'm gonna be right here right now.
I'm going to think about.
You just coup de grace him, slice his throat. He's dead.
Yeah, just. You could
just. Worst come to worst, might
turn
just get the
around
drop on the dude.
Chop off the guard's head really quick.
You know, like I did with that tentacle that time. It didn't happen.
Yeah. I mean, getting the drop on him is a good way to take care of him really fast.
Neither of you have like computers, right? Like or hacking or mechanics.
No, but I do have MacGyver, and I was.
We are both like really old, Ben. Like.
Yeah. Let's see. You do have MacGyver.
Yeah, That's what I was looking up. I was looking up the text because on my actual character sheet it doesn't really give me a whole lot of information.
I'm looking it up too.
Common resources when the need arises. Use simple items. Make a repair roll to craft improvised weapons, explosives, or tools that last until used or the end of the encounter. GM's call. Takes an entire turn. Cannot move or take any other actions while constructing the device. Failure means it isn't ready. Critical failure means I don't have the right materials and I can't create the device this encounter. Success creates a minor explosive, one-shot projectile weapon, rickety raft, electrical source, etc. Raise creates larger explosive, better ranged weapon, more stable craft, more powerful battery, etc. The quality or the power of the creation is completely up to the game master, but the creativity should be rewarded, particularly in the most dire and dramatic situations.
I feel like this is a dire and dramatic situation.
The limiting factor being what fucking resources do I have on me?
I mean, so
to Jimmy a lock, to James an electronic lock.
So
super powerful magnet that just resets the system, makes it go boop.
Or like,
that's the first thought that I had.
There's something like that. You could probably rig up like a key fob thing. Oh wait, you have a motorcycle. I don't have a car. Neither of us have a
electronic fob.
That would have electronic fob, would we?
I should have a key fob for my motorcycle specifically to make it make the badoop noise. Not that it does anything because it's a fucking motorcycle. That's dumb. That's a dumb idea. My joke, not what you were saying. Yeah, my first thought is some kind of like magnet that fucks with the reading system and causes it to reset and unlock the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know what kind of resources I would have. I feel like Amy is the sort, because she has this skill, to carry a few things with her always, but I don't know if that specific need would be met by that general concept, and if I need to potentially spend a penny to have the right materials.
I would probably ask you, because you're trying to do that, to spend a penny to have the right materials. But I would let you spend the penny to have the right materials.
Like spend a penny for like some copper wire.
Yeah.
Do I need to be the one to spend the penny?
No.
I mean, I'm
How
okay
many
with
bennies do you have left, Paxton?
I have 1 Benny right now.
Okay, I also only have 1 Benny.
I'll
My
spend
concern is if I spend the Benny and then roll poorly, we really need this to work, but I also don't want to drain you of your Benny.
Yeah, I'll spend my Benny.
You are being a nuisance. I cannot have you on my desk right now.
So tense.
So I will spend my Benny and say that we foresaw these kinds of key cards coming because it makes sense for them to be here.
Sure. You knew Spider was telling you what was up.
Yeah. And so we didn't know but we didn't know the exact specs of the key card, so we couldn't just get a specific tool. So instead, Amy just came prepared with a little MacGyver bag.
Okay, give me that roll. And I'll say this: if you get a raise, you get to use the thing twice.
Ooh,
that's good because we'll probably need to use it twice. Okay. Dice, please don't fuck me.
Ew.
Come on, dice. Come on, dice.
It's a success, not a raise. Do I want to spend a penny to see if I can get a raise with the potential of a crit fail? I think one problem at a time. I think I'm going to have the single success go through to be able to get in the door.
So you manage, so you get it. And I'm going to need one more roll from you cats, which is a stealth roll. One more stealth roll. But +2 this time. Again, because there is a camera there, the door is going to be like whomp. And so seven and 7. Oh, you both passed! Hooray!
Let's go.
So you guys managed to get it.
I could only see my wild die, and it was a 1, and that's why I leaned forward and then put my hand to my chest.
So you all managed to go out, and you are met with the cool breeze of an outside area. And actually, it's really odd because you look around and you see sky, and there is a like you're underneath an awning. It's like a covered walk path, and there is a like grass, and like you hear like cheeping and stuff, and it comes to like, and you realize, you especially Streffen realize that like when they said, when you heard that this was like a prison that had been anchored to a Fey realm, like that's what it is. It was like an inside Fey realm, like with all the things that you normally think of, like it's like verdant grass and like beautiful idyllic area. They just built a prison inside of like a Fey meadow.
Yeah.
And it's also weird considering like this is one of the Bastion's like major places. But you look across a open area of probably 300, 400 yards, and there is the building that you know to be the its own place, its own thing. And there are those like stereotypical spotlights that move between like from guard towers as they're like, but because it's dark, it's nighttime. You spent the money to make it nighttime, so they're like there are those things. But you can tell that think both of you realize that like one of the reasons that it's kind of as loose as it is, um, in B block at least, is the fact that like where the fuck are you going to go? Right? You're inside this bubble realm. Like, and that's something that you realize like how are you even going to get out? Like it's just fucking ground for all you know. I mean, you do see a wall around this green area, but you don't know what it's like. You still haven't even found. You don't even know where the. I mean, you know from the map that there is an entrance, and you can also tell from the map that there's like much heavier, thicker doors on the entrance. But like, what the fuck? You don't know it anywhere else. But I suppose that's a future you story, because you do see probably. Like you have made it. You see this realm, but you also notice that if you there are boop boop boop. There are basically 1, 2, 3. The way that I want you to think about is you came. If you look at the map that I gave you, there is that one little you. There are those 2 exit doors on either corner. One is closer to the basketball court, and one is further from the basketball court. You came out at the one that is furthest from the basketball court. So, and that gray space in between the buildings, that is the wide green area. So
it's not exactly to scale. Yeah.
No, definitely not. And you can see that there are 2, you are far from those 2 main entry doors, but there is that one entry space that is not far from you. But you do see that there are 2 guards at that entry space, because this is the big plot. This is the special room to get in.
Yeah, this is for the special boys.
This is yeah.
The other entrance, the one that the like main entrance. What do we know regarding the security of that?
Way higher. Like lots of stuff.
So we definitely want to go in this side door.
I mean, there may be benefits for going through the main door, but you don't know.
Yeah.
Wouldn't.
What are you gonna do?
Paxton, I have 2 thoughts.
Okay, hit me.
You're a little far away. My arms are short. I feel like it makes a whole hell of a lot of sense for there to be like anti-magic runes within the building. And we are now in an area where prisoners aren't likely to be. So I have to wonder if those anti-magic runes are a little less present or potentially less potent. I do still have power points and I do still have boost trait. So we could potentially boost a relevant skill, be it stealth or something else. We could do the tried and true Skyrim guard, what was that? And try to get them distracted to go elsewhere, but I don't know if that actually would happen or if they would radio in, hey, I heard a spooky noise. Somebody needs to go check that out. I would love to hear if you have thoughts.
Oh boy. I was thinking about, like, I do have the fear power that could potentially get them away from there. It is unlikely to be super quiet, though.
That worked so great last time.
Yeah. I mean, last time I did use it on a group of onlookers as a distraction.
With that intent in mind, it did technically go great.
Yeah, well, sort of. Anyway,
It worked better than intended.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know. I'm a little bit brain foggy right now.
All good. I do like the idea of the fear power, but I don't know how we would necessarily put that into play. Like, what
Yeah,
would they be afraid of?
that is the question, right? Like, um, sorry, I was just looking at the rules to see if there were rules for like I can't remember like doing stunts with powers.
Oh, I know there is for supers, but I
But
don't remember
I think that's
for.
a supers thing specifically.
What sort of
Also
stunt
going to look.
do you mean?
The idea of like doing a like an off-label use of a power, something that kind of fits thematically with the power's rules or trappings, but doesn't necessarily
Stunting's not really a thing.
match the exact
Wording.
word.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but I'm not a lawyer. Like, come on, let me throw something at me.
What are you thinking? What are you
Yeah,
thinking?
throw something at me. I'm probably gonna be like, that sounds fun.
Yeah. So I guess my thought would probably be to use the fear power to give one of the guards like an anxiety that they need to go check this other thing way over there and leave the other guard alone where Amy can take care of them quietly and grab their key card and go.
So it's sort of like the exact like, hey, what was that? Like,
Yeah.
but with
Less. Hey, what was that? And more like, oh god, I left the oven on.
yeah. Oh no.
Like
Oh
just
fuck the oven.
give this poor guard the worst kind of like real life OCD intrusive thoughts like
my tub is filling. Fuck.
Oh
like
gosh.
oh no, if I don't go over there and check this thing X number of times, then I'm a bad person and everything that goes bad is going to be my fault, kind of thing.
I feel it.
You know.
You I love it.
Artificial and temporary OCD, hell yeah.
I feel it.
You love to see it.
You love to see it. Yeah, go ahead and throw me out. Yeah, I would love that to be that thing.
Awesome. I'm going to apologize to this guard really quietly under my breath. I'm gonna tell Amy I can have one of them leave long enough for you to take care of the other one, probably. And then a 4 is good enough.
I was like that. Could be good or bad.
Right. Then I pull out the little like compact hand mirror I keep in my pocket, and I breathe on it, and I draw a little fey sigil on there. And briefly that mirror flashes to just like a view of that guard face, and their eyes like widen in sudden like realization and anxiety.
Yeah. Oh, so good. And I rolled a 2 to resist, so you totally.
Oh hell yeah!
And he's like, I like, hey, Paul, I listen, I gotta go make like a phone call. I gotta check something. And the dude known as Paul's like, are you talking about? We're on
The dude known as
like
Paul.
we're on shift, man." He's like, "No. I need you. Listen, you owe me. Like last time." He's like, "Okay." He's like, I think I just realized, like, please. And Paul's like, "All right, man. Like, chill the fuck out. Like, be cool. Like, yeah, go. I won't." He's like, "You won't tell anyone?" No. I'll just say you had to hit the head or something. Jesus. And you see Paul, like, you see just like the guy, like, all right, great, and like, thanks. And he starts like walking like real fast, looking around to make sure that like no one, like is like watching. He's like, yeah, it's like, okay. And so that leaves Paul just standing there by himself.
I'm gonna try to sneak up on Paul and murder him, I guess.
All right. Jesus.
Murder.
Well, that's what you said, right? Take off his head.
You were like, take care of him. You were like, take care of him. All right, so go ahead.
I guess I could knock him out, but like I don't know when he's coming to.
All right, well,
it's not the movies. He shouldn't come to real fast.
You should just make your roll.
What's the Suede rules for non-lethal? Is it just like I say it, and if I have a viable reason for it to apply, it's fine?
I think so.
It's not like Pathfinder where I take a penalty.
You get a -2. Do you?
Yeah. No, it's a -4 in Pathfinder unless you have specific like feats and stuff.
Yeah.
It's very, 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 very frustrating.
Isn't it
That's why you just keep a weapon that does non-lethal damage. Everybody should have a blackjack in their back pocket.
Or you're just fine with murder.
Or be fine with murder. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Okay. Non-lethal damage. A character who wants to beat someone up without killing them can choose to do non-lethal damage. That requires that they use their fist, the blunt of a sword. Edge weapons may be used if they have a flat side, but this subtracts a -1 from the fighter's skill. Non-lethal damage causes wounds as usual, but if a character, I'll let you like use the butt of your sword. That's
what I was
flat.
going
It's
to
not like
do.
you're spanking him.
I might not even have to unsheath it because when it's sheathed, it looks like an umbrella, and that has like, so like my hand is protected to grab where the blade would be, and I can just whack him with the hard end of a fucking sword.
Yeah, non-lethal damage causes wounds as usual, but if a character is rendered incapacitated, they're knocked out for 1d6 hours instead.
Hours. Okay. What page is the non-lethal stuff on?
104. I was looking up the drop.
The
drop has changed.
I know. Well, I have the most recent new. Okay, if a character has taken enough damage. Okay, so here it goes. Sometimes you get the drop. A GM decides when this is in effect. I just get to decide this. Yeah. So far, so good. The drop adds +4 to a character's attack and damage. If a character takes enough damage to be shaken or worse from an attacker with the drop on them, he must make a vigor roll or be knocked unconscious. So it's even different. Like, KO'd characters from the drop stay that way for about a half an hour or until the GM decides it's dramatically appropriate to wake up.
So non-lethal damage would give me more time of him to be.
But you have to do a wound, not a shake. That's the big difference.
Not just a shake.
So like, if you do the drop, all you have to do is a shake. But if you're doing non-lethal damage, you have to do a wound.
They have to be rendered incapacitated.
They have to have a wound. So that's the big difference.
Okay, I guess an important question is, does it stack in this situation? If I make a successful stealth roll, will I get the drop and can use non-lethal damage in the attack? So I get the attack and damage bonus, but the time bonus from the non-lethal.
Here's the rub I'll make you. If I will let you get, I will let you do all of those things if you make a successful stealth roll. If you decide not to,
there's the rub.
If you decide not to make a stealth roll, I'll just give you the drop and not the non-lethal damage. because it's more dramatically fun, like just to run up and like deck someone, but I may have them come too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I'll let you like definitely keep them out for hours. If
Can I try for the stealth roll, and if it fails and I choose not to re-roll it for a success, just go with the drop stuff, or does it need to be decide now and we'll roll it?
For the more fun of it, it should be decided now. It's sort of you're like, yo, can I take can I get a retest if I don't?
Can I like take the path that allows me to do both?
Now I'd like to see you like.
No, I'm totally fine with me. Like, no, make a choice.
Make a choice.
I just.
Go ahead. Make your choice.
Well, you're trying to decide.
It won't cost much, just your voice.
I have this weird thing that's been on my desk forever. And I just looked and realized that the company it's part of is called Baby Alive. I don't even know what that means. Continue. Yes, go ahead.
Probably for some sort of doll that interacts with the toy as if it's living and it'll, like, piss itself or something. Or it's the thing that gets it to stop whining because it presses a button on its tongue. I've been playing Amy all fast and loose. I don't think she's going to be considering, like, it's right there. It's so close. She's just going for the drop. I think that feels most thematically appropriate for her mental state and where she at right now.
Seems good. All right. Hey, I was giving you that thing. You don't get to scratch me. You stop being your meanie. All right, go for the. I got a little hand scratch, a little nip from one of the cats. That was not nice. That was unkind, and it was mostly unkind because your nails are long. Yes, that's great. If your nails were shorter, I wouldn't care, but they are long and in need of a cut. But I don't cut nails, so go talk to Hannah. All right, give me that stealth roll. No, you're not doing the stealth roll. Give me that in drops. No. That's a plus 4.
Yeah.
And plus
Here
4
we
damage.
go.
Hey, that's metal. Don't eat that. That's not good.
But crunch! But crunch so good.
Look at this fucking thing. Don't put this in your mouth. You'll choke. I'm not doing Heimlich on a cat. You go somewhere else.
Am I taking any penalty for the non-lethal stuff, or because I can treat it like a bat, you're like, no, this is fine?
You're treating it. You didn't do the non-lethal. You're treating it. You're doing the whole drop stuff. So plus 4, plus 4.
Oh, right. Move my brain. Oh, my brain.
Oh, my brain.
I think it's still going to be like the same kind of hit, the same kind of motion. She's going to be using the hilt of the sword, the handle of the umbrella, but yeah, it's just applied differently, so it has different results.
Yep.
That's a 10 total.
Oh, okay. Well, you beat their parry. So roll damage.
Raise or no raise?
No raise. With a 10, no raise.
No. Yeah, okay.
Almost a raise. You could Benny to see if you get it.
Nope.
Almost a raise.
No, I'm fine.
Because you already got a plus
4. Yeah, getting a plus 4 to damage is pretty good.
And I just need to shake him. Right?
Yeah.
All right, that's a 10 total damage.
Okay. He is shooketh, so you tell me what it looks like.
Yeah, I think the unnamed other guard is going off, like, away from where we're coming from, and Paul is just watching the guy go, like, what the fuck? And Amy takes that moment to, like, just run forward and baseball bat swing at the base of his neck.
Yeah. And you hit all those right things, and his head hits the
and he just crumples.
Yeah, just falls to the ground. Head hits, I think you like hit him hard enough, and he wasn't looking that his head, like, you hit him in the back, his head snaps back, he goes forward, he bonks his head on the side of the building, and just crumples.
Yeah, Amy is then going to, like, motion for Streffen to come over while she finds the key card and relieves this guard of any weapons he might have.
Oh, he has a collapsible baton.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
And he
So
has.
I have a collapsible baton.
You have a collapsible baton. And you're not sure what it is, but you know, because it is it looks like a canister. Like, that's what it is. It's a canister with a pin in it, but the sides of it have like runes and shit on it. So you're not sure what will happen if you are to toss it. You don't know enough. I would let Streffen make a occult roll.
Ooh, I would love to.
If you wanted to show Streffen, like, hey, what the fuck does this read? Because you don't roll magic. You don't know magic. But, yeah, go ahead and make a roll.
Where's my D8? Here's my D8.
I want you to crit fail, because then I'm going to tell you something it's not, just so you know.
Okay. Well, my D6 aced twice.
Boo!
That puts me at 13.
Ben, can you ask me to crit fail more often?
I got a 15 total.
Okay, so mechanically, it's the equivalent of stun with a large burst.
Large blast
template.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all. That's what you know. It's like pretty much like an anti-riot grenade of sorts.
Okay, and then collapsible baton.
Yep.
Is there an area in the immediate surrounding that we feel like we could move the body to that would make it not as easily noticed immediately, or he wouldn't be able to get out as quickly if he wakes up? Like a good place to stash the unconscious guard.
You could bring him inside with you.
Okay.
Would probably be the best thing. You know that there are not active patrols inside of this area. Not really.
And having him inside would be good because it will be his key card pinging in the system.
Yeah.
So.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. That's probably what's going to happen.
I dig that.
So Amy hands you the grenade and is just like, "What's this?" Well, she's like doing everything else.
Like, oh, it's it casts stun with a large blast template.
Asshole. Yeah.
Well, mechanically speaking.
It's like an anti-riot grenade, basically.
Yeah, it's like an anti-riot stun grenade thing.
It's a stun grenade. You could just say it's a stun grenade.
But it's not like a flash.
It's a magical stun grenade.
Yeah.
It'll hit everything in the whole room that you put it in.
Yeah.
It'll stun a whole football team.
What a weird unit of measurement there.
I'm
Paxton.
American.
I'm American. You should have been like, oh, football team? So is that 11 players or 22 plus defense? Plus special teams? Oh, buzzing.
Sports.
I'm going
So we go in the door.
Yeah, you do go in the door. I'm going to give you both a Benny back for making it this far.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Lovely. Are we stopping anytime soon? Is that a moot Benny because we're going to refresh anyways? Or good?
No.
I don't like the way you said that.
I mean, if I have another big scene planned, but I do need to grab some food real quick. So we're going to take a quick break, if that's okay.
Sounds good.
Hour make. Tiny vestibule. Like, not the main entrance, but it is a place where, like, there are additional, like, helmets. You can see, like, it's like there's like a locker room of sorts. Like, there are places. There's some like riot shields. Like, this would be a place that, if something ever happened to go down, you could, like, you know what I mean? Like, you could
yeah.
So, but again,
So Does any of these riot gear include handcuffs? Or restraints of any
There
sort?
are restraints. There are some restraints. Manacles, etc.
I would like to use said restraints on the unconscious person that I just dragged into the room with me.
Sure.
So they're even further unable to do anything.
Yeah. You put their hands behind their there are probably some there's actually probably just like a bag of zip ties.
Yeah.
I also imagine there's like a bench that people sit on when they're putting on their boots.
Yeah.
Their arms are zip tied behind the bench.
Sure.
Yeah. And I guess I should probably actually remember to say things out loud. Does the guard have a walkie-talkie of some sort?
He does have a walkie-talkie of some sort.
What if he didn't have that walkie-talkie?
Do you have the walkie-talkie now? Is that is that the bag?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll turn down the volume really low.
Yeah. So you have that stuff. Maybe you put a sock in his mouth, like a literal sock in his mouth, and then put
a sock that had just managed to stay on my head.
Yeah,
so it's a dirty sock.
It's like a boot sock. Gross.
No.
And then you put a helmet on top of his head, so he can't even spit it out. I love it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
this is part of what we do. This is the part that it's kind of closer to our line of work.
We tie them up front to front and throw them into
as is standard in the Empire.
You tie them up like one behind the other as if they are in doggy style. Or spooning.
Oh, I was thinking Cuban centipede.
No, you can't tie someone's mouth to someone's butt. I mean, I suppose you could.
That was the tied up angle that I was imagining when you did.
There's a movie there's a terrible movie called Men at Work, starring Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez. And they play and in the movie they are garbage men who discover a dead body, and it's like a comedy, but one of the people they work with is an ex-nom Fallout, and he keeps tying people up, spooning, but in their underwear. That's what his whole gimmick of the movie is.
It's his quirk. He has the quirk hindrance, and it's that.
It's when I tie people up, they have to be in their underwear spooning.
I mean, it's a great idea, because if you happen upon two people in their underwear in that position, your first reaction is, "Oh God, I'm sorry," and not looking further. It's genius.
I mean, it's just so that they're the 1980s could get casual homophobia in it, because it's always right, and he does it to two
deserve skin to skin contact.
Sure, he does it to two cops, but straight two cops that always give Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen a hard time, and he does it to them on a kid's merry-go-round.
I think I've seen that image specifically.
The movie is so bad. It is really not a good movie. But anyway, yes.
Also, you said garbage men, and it took me a second to understand you meant the occupation, not that was a descriptor of their personality.
No. They are literal garbage men, literal trash men, and that's their job. And they discover a dead body.
It wasn't clear until you said it. That's their job. I thought you were correcting me, and that I had gotten it wrong.
No. You definitely got it right. No, the movie is they're on their rounds, and they dump out one of those large 50-gallon trash cans, and there's the mayor of the town is in it, and then they're wanted for his murder. Ha humor. Ha mistaken identity. The 80s were a weird movie time.
Goofy shenanigan.
Yeah. All right, so
but they didn't do it. It was the one-armed man.
It's true. What a weird movie. So you go in. There are a couple things you notice. It is so much colder in this room than in the rest in this building than the rest of it. It is kept at this very very cool temperature. It's very dark. there's only like red escape lights like around, so everything is sort of washed out. And I think the best way to kind of imagine it is, it's just a row of very, very heavy looking doors, but they have those like slots in them that you could like open to look into. Very Arkham-esque in some of the movies, but without the feeling of but like there's no, it's not like Hannibal Lecter. There's no glass walls. Like you would have to like purposely look in.
Am I getting any of my vampire sense? It says, if masked by Conceal Arcana, I oppose it with a notice skill.
I was about to say, give me a notice roll.
Okay.
While you're doing that, I gotta say, oh my god, they're keeping Cordella in a freezer so that in case anybody wants to reconstitute her using like the blood of a dozen virgins, then they can.
Yeah.
Good luck finding a dozen virgins. Okay.
You know,
I got a 5.
Good luck finding a dozen virgins.
Don't you know everybody in Mysterio fucks?
Dude,
everybody fucks.
Actually, one of my favorite. So I love one of my favorite tidbits. This is going to be my contractually approved. My thing is, you know that movie American Pie, which is all about 4 dudes trying to lose their virginity.
I know of it. Yes.
Yeah.
I have never seen it. No.
Oh, you know what you should do? You should watch it, but only with the director's commentary on, because it is so delightful listening to it. Like, with the, but because this is before any of them became famous, so like, it's just like young Sean William Scott being a dude. Anyway, the movie like bombed in France because the like French society could not suspend their disbelief that there were 4 American teenage virgins, because all of the stuff that had come over from them, like Dawson's Creek, and like just showed teenagers having sex so much that they were like, what? There are 4 boys who couldn't get laid in America? I do not believe. And so the movie the movie bombed. What did you roll for your thing?
I got a 5 total.
You can't tell.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Streffen can see Amy is increasingly agitated, and Streffen knows Amy well enough to know that it is more anxiety based than genuine anger.
Yeah.
What you guys gonna do?
Is it just the 3 cells? Is that the only 3 that are in here, or do we? Okay,
no,
but we know which 3 it would be.
There's like a dozen cells.
Yeah, but Spider got it narrowed down to 3 for us.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go.
One of them is in this room, and then there's another. Like there are like 3 major storage area. Like there's another slidey door. With progressively, you were going to assume progressively more dangerous people.
Yeah, I'm going to check the one that's in this room then.
Okay.
Just like the just quick one and done situation. Not even saying anything. If I can help it.
Can I get? No, I'm just kidding. You open that one.
Dodge roll.
Yeah.
What? Fireball.
What you see in this room is you're both like met with like intense light and heat. This room is kept like you look inside, like the whole room is just a conflagration along the walls. So it's like being inside of an oven. Like the walls have constant fire, but they're not spreading. And in the middle of it is he's just wearing like black boxer briefs, which aren't burning off of him, but there is like a skinny or like a slighter bald man just standing there. He's got a bed, which is also not burning. Like, all of his stuff isn't burning. But when you slide open, he kind of turns and gives you an eyebrow raise, like, oh, it's not time for my meal.
It's closed again.
Fair enough.
That's it. That's all she's doing. It's just checking, close.
Nope, we are not going to engage with. Nope.
Could be new rounds. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
He only saw this part of me.
Yeah, looks very uncomfortable. Like, yeah, and there was like this, like, it was uncomfortable. Like that, like just hearing that word.
I imagine it was a slow turn and the slightest of head tilts, and then.
Yep. It wasn't. It's not time for my like. Just like the liquidity of his words was like just burrowed, and then you were like, nope, see you later.
Yeah. Not happening.
Like the guy that Hannibal Lecter wishes he were.
Yeah.
Like
kept underground, kept weak by constant flame and heat. You don't like that.
No, I don't.
So you go in, like you walked, you buzz open another door, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can anyone give me a roll, please? Just high or low. Either one of you.
I will roll,
please.
Decide high or low.
I'm gonna say high is good for us.
Okay.
One.
It's a 5.
One. Out of what?
Out of 6.
Okay. It's a 5 out of 20.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, good. Nothing. Yeah, it's still quiet. You get to the next room. There's another door. Another dozen doors, 6 on each side.
Well, we know which one is the next one on Spider's list.
You do know this one.
Gonna go to it. Save Delio. Silently, ka-chunk, look inside, ka-chunk, if it's not the person that I'm looking for.
Give me another roll. Give me a D3 roll. Give me an Orpheus roll. Yeah, you specifically. You opened it.
Okay. D3.
It's a 1.
A 1.
It was a 1 on the die.
Not her. Not the person you're looking for. You open it, and there is just this person is relaxing on their bed. It's very crocodilian sort of person, wearing the orange jumpsuit, the
Odious Roth.
Like, yeah, long maw teeth jagging out.
He's a lizard man, and so his nipples are clearly tattooed on.
Yeah.
These are deep cuts for people who don't know.
Yeah.
Listen, if you know, you know. If you don't, get in that RPG for you and me Discord, baby.
You should listen to RPG for you and me. It's very good.
Early plug. Let's go.
But like long, yeah. But he's got these tiny little like bifocals on his eyes.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
He's got these like little bifocals that are on his like massive face because
there's just like such a long middle
because
piece.
His eyes are so far apart and his eyes are so tiny, like their eyes are not big. And
is it the kind of like eye distance where he has to like tilt his head to be able to read it with one eye regardless?
And he's like you just see
so
like,
the bifocals are kind of curved.
Yes.
He's reading like Crime and Punishment.
Yeah, he's reading a book called like How to Rewild Your Neighbor, like your neighborhood, for proper climate climate biodiversity.
Hey, that's fun. Good on him.
Yeah,
I was really expecting Dostoevsky.
I mean, yeah, but he's probably trying to do it with like the the bodies of humans because they've
yeah.
Dude's
it's such great fertilization, and there's so many of us.
Yeah, dude's probably a climate terrorist, but you just like junk. All right, you're gonna go through one more door, Paxton. Can you give me one more high-low? High is good.
Yep. This
high is good.
6. Come on, baby. Ooh, that's a 2. Baby.
Oh, that's a whammy. Oh, that's a whammy.
All right.
That was a what?
It was a whammy. I was thinking in my head, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
Okay.
Not quite a one whammy like I got, but you know.
I'll let you know what that means later.
Awesome.
Love that. Thank you, Ben.
I'm guessing somebody has returned or somebody is awake or both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But you go into the last one. You know the last one that Spider has.
I think Streffen sees Amy's grip on the umbrella tighten. She doesn't say anything. She doesn't do anything different, but like she's white knuckling that sheathed sword disguised and glamored as an umbrella.
Yeah.
And she goes up to the last one, and it's the same thing. She chunks it open.
Under heavy chains. Actually, you know what? Give me a. Oh no, under heavy chains. Just like held down in like a filthy orange gown. Hair long and stringy. This person is not your mother, but is your cousin, beloved first cousin, who in some ways got that we planned out a long time ago that you had this relationship. In some ways, even like got all of the love that your mother barely gave you, Juliana Renwick.
Juliana, okay.
And she right, like whereas you rejected the call of your mother, Juliana embraced it, and she wanted it. She wanted to kill people, and she is, but yeah, chained up on the floor, filthy hair.
And when you say orange gown, do you mean like a party gown from way back when, or
no? I mean the orange of a for like a female, yeah, like because for some reason they needlessly gender these.
Of course.
Yeah.
Maybe it was her request. Maybe she's like, I don't wear pants.
Yeah.
And they're like,
fine, we'll just give you a long shirt.
Orange, or it's like an orange jumpsuit that they like cut the pants and then re-sewed them so you see the clear seam on the front of the back. So it's not needlessly gendered. They're meeting her needs, but it's in the laziest way possible.
And when you open it, the dampening, by the way, that had been keeping her from your detection just goes away. Like you interrupt the runes, and her eyes snap up to the, and you know this energy. You know it's Juliana, and you haven't seen her since that night. And she looks at you and she goes, Amelia? Because she detects you.
Yeah.
And then the alarm goes off.
Amy's gonna close it real quick. Because it's not the person that she was expecting. And I don't think it's a person that she wanted. I'm gonna have to review what we discussed about her whole thing.
Can you give me a spirit roll to keep your shit together?
Yeah, I can do that. That's fine. How are you? It wouldn't be horrible if I crit failed.
If you crit fail, you're having a panic attack. I'm letting you know.
That's fine.
Jackie, no.
Froggy Die giveth. I got a 10.
All right, you keep your shit together. You just like lean your head, I think, against like the cool door.
Oh, absolutely. It is. She says Amelia, it's shut, and her head is forward. And Streffen cannot tell if it is sadness, relief. He cannot tell what emotion it is because it's honestly, frankly, all. The emotion is yes. The emotion is yes.
Yeah.
So many emotion.
Yeah. But no, seriously, the alarm does go off. Blomp,
no, I believe it.
Blomp, blomp, blomp. As your fear-induced panic guy comes back and has found his friend. Blomp, blomp, blomp. What are you going to do?
Yep.
Okay, hang on. I need a second to review some things. Oh. She probably would have said Ames, not Amelia.
Oh, you're right. Ames?
Oh boy. This is the part where Streffen goes, "Oh yeah, this is why we wanted the nasty lizard man with us. Because he has a thievery die.
Hang on.
He has so many dice.
He does.
Blop.
Very competent.
But the game would have been. This would have been very different if Amy had been actively bleeding, like just like from wounds.
Yeah.
Like keys. Blop, blop.
I have heal. I could have healed myself potentially. I was doing a thing and my brain is dead. Fuck.
You were looking.
Oh, right. I remembered. I was looking at the thing to remember what we had talked about regarding her. And then I wanted to look back at what we had talked about in the deal. Okay, hang on. Okay, quote, "You must break Cordelia Renwick out of prison." End quote. You'll want proof of the prisoner only if Amelia is unable to get her herself. So the deal was to get Cordelia Renwick out of prison.
Mm-hmm. But there's no
Cordelia Renwick is not in prison.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to free Jules.
Nope.
You don't have to.
You can walk away.
No, but I'm trying to determine if Amy has that tie to her anymore. Because like you said, Jules readily answered the call. Jules went for it. Jules fed into that bloodlust. And I don't even know if having... Because Jules is basically like her sister.
Mm-hmm.
God, I don't know.
I
don't know.
Womp, womp. Streffen, how you feeling? Amy's sitting there with her head on the wall, and you know that people are going to come in very soon, and they're going to have those riot gears, and they're going to have those stun grenades. Like, what is the plan?
That's the worse. Amy, what are we doing?
It's not Cordelia. So
are we leaving?
I don't know. I have an adventure card I want to play.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't have to be obviously it's not going to be like a one and done fix everything, but I've been holding on this card for basically the entire time that we've been preparing for this heist.
Okay.
For this specific moment.
Uh-huh.
The card is get a clue. Play this card for advice from the GM on how to resolve a current predicament or find all clues / evidence in a scene. I would love some very solid advice regarding the best and most efficient way for Amy and Streffen to leave.
Prison break.
Without being caught or without being hurt.
Well, I'll say with get a clue, you know at this point, she sensed you. She's going to narc you out. Like, at this point, they know someone broke in.
Yeah.
So she's going to say, my cousin was here. You know that. And you know that puts your name in there. So that's one. Two, I would assume that the best way out is to release someone else.
Yeah.
And just to, you don't know how bad they are. You don't know if they'll do something to you. but that would be like, distraction of Soar.
They need to focus on getting that person,
Yes.
not us. Okay. Paxton.
Yep.
So here's the thing about Amy's name being dropped. That's inevitable because she went to her parole officer and her parole officer is like, "What the fuck are you going to do?" I'm going to have to tell them in a few days. So like it's already going to be a known factor that she was involved.
Mm-hmm.
Releasing Jules specifically could potentially gain favor depending on what Jules does or does not know. But if she gets out, that's going to be a huge problem. Paxton, I need your thoughts.
I mean,
Ben, I appreciate it, but it's really stressing me out and not making my decision-making skills any easier or quicker.
We do need whatever Marcus has, and we don't know for sure that your buddy's going to be able to get it off of him, right?
Yeah, but our part of the deal was bringing proof that the prisoner, proof of the prisoner only if we're not able to get Cordella Renwick.
Right.
So and do you know what proof is pretty infallible? My fucking eyes. So we could have somebody do a memory pull and be like, this is exactly what it is, kind of deal.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
That is my thought on the proof needed of like, this is the person that is the big name vampire that is, or whomever that is being held. It's not Cordella. We did our job. Give us our shit.
Okay.
So like, I'm not worried about that aspect. I'm worried about getting out and on Ben's advice with the assist of the adventure card, who we release to aid in that.
I mean, my thought is definitely the spooky man in the fire cell.
Oh, I was thinking the legally distinct Photius Roth because it definitely doesn't need to be Jules, and a nasty lizard man with tattooed nipples is our second best.
He does not have tattooed nipples.
Coward!
You haven't even seen
Coward!
You don't know. You haven't even seen his nipples.
Then how can you say for sure? Schrodinger's tattooed nipples. They currently exist in a state of being and not being until we confirm.
Fair enough.
I've said a lot of things this session.
You sure have said a lot of things. I mean, yeah, if you want to go with that, then we.
Yeah, but like, Jules being released would be so delicious, though. Like that's my hang up. It's not the smart move.
I think it would be a fun narrative thing.
You sound like you do hear through the wall. Ames, is that you? Ames.
Come on. What's the worst that could happen, right?
Don't ever say that, Paxton. It's going to start raining in your home.
Oh no.
Not outside, in the home. You'd expect it to be the sprinkler system, but it's not. There's an actual cloud gathering above your head. Fuck it. It's so narratively interesting, it has to be her, right? Well, what if we do 2 people?
We can do 2 people.
What if we just do everybody in the block?
Everyone.
Yeah. It just needs to be everybody in this particular set of rooms. You know, the deepest one and the most dangerous ones, you said.
Yeah. All of the most
that
dangerous
definitely won't get me more trouble with the basket or anything. Okay. Fuck. All right. Okay. I'm doing something dumb. All right, Amy's gonna open the slat again.
Oh, it is you, Ames. I thought I was seeing things again. I've seen so many things since that night. So many things.
Part of her breaks realizing that Jules has been in here for 5 years.
You are real, aren't you? Aren't you?
I think despite herself, her eyes wet a bit. She doesn't quite cry, but it's enough that I think Jules probably sees it in the slat.
I can smell your tears.
So fucking creepy, Ben. Both in concept and also as a response to seeing somebody who was your sister cry. Or almost cry. I'm just trying to figure out how she's going to say this because, like, I've got an idea and it's not a good one, but it's a fun one, and so we're going to go for it.
Oh boy, it's what we do.
And Paxton, if I say it and you're like, "How about no?" I'm okay with vetoing it. All right.
Okay.
Okay. God, why are words so fucking hard? Okay, I think Amy talks quickly and says, Jules, okay, listen, I'm gonna get you out of here, but we need to have a distraction run. And to do that, I'm gonna need to release a few other people who would be like least impact, easiest for them to catch, but enough for us to be able to get out okay. She's gonna like snap, just be like, quick, now. Is this Ben thinking or
Yeah,
Julie?
because like I got like I don't even, I didn't like plan everybody in the room. I just planned it like whatever. He goes.
I'm just trying to find 2 or 3 people that could be released that have the highest potential of being caught quickest.
Mm-hmm. She goes,
and like, yeah.
She goes,
but not too quick.
She goes, the hot man. He's hot. You know, he tried to take over the city, but he did not succeed. But not this city, another city. Oh, he citied. But he's not not as tough as he thinks he is. You know, like a person on the beach, flexing. And then the walkie man, he's over there. He's only spooky in your dreams. And she said, okay. Sometimes the wards don't work, and he goes a rambling through us. I don't like him, Ames.
Okay. And then she's gonna close the slat again. Look to Streffen and be like, and tell him which doors they're going to release.
Okay. Are they both of them?
Looking at these doors, how are they opened? Would the fob that we have work, or does it need some other additional?
So what interesting here, the fob will work, but then there's like cranking and turning and like, like a thing.
Ben, what if I spent a Benny to say we prepared ahead of time and we have a handful of handy dandy shaped C4 charges that we can just slap on the hinges?
Yeah, we just got bombs. Handy dandy bombs.
Because Amy has MacGyver, I will let you do that. I will let you spend your thing to do that.
Awesome. Some shaped charges that are made specifically to direct force in one direction so that it will bust a door out of a wall and
I'll gladly spend
the
a
hallway
penny
with dust. And that's
I'll gladly spend a penny to say we have 3 sets of those.
Okay.
Enough for the 2 distractions and the 1 person.
Okay. The only thing I'm going to need to know is which one of you goes back to the hot man. So there's one out in the main closest. There's one in the middle. The walkie man, the walkie man is in the middle, and then the hot guy's there.
I'll talk to the hot guy.
Okay.
Hang on, before you commit to that.
Okay.
We have to go back that direction to get out.
Mm-hmm. No, there is another way, but it would be towards the, like, you have to remember on the other side, like there's another series of there's
Okay, we could just go deeper, basically out the other side of the sandwich.
But then you would have to go through the main doors where all the other people are probably rushing from.
Yeah. So we're probably going to end up going out that way anyway. So we should just do the charges in sequence and not break grouping.
Sure.
Because even if we're going towards people, we can send the 2 distractions the other way as well. Because, Paxton, my thought, it's not a good idea for you to be the one to let Jules out, period. That needs to be Amy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which means either we need to do her first or her last, depending on which direction we want to leave. My thought is we could have the 2 escapees, the 2 additional escapees, go towards that main entrance. Excuse me. While we go out that side, hoping that most of the forces would be sent back that way. But we would be heading towards where they would be getting the riot gear from, so there's complication there too. But that's probably not the only place to get riot gear.
No, they probably have little stashes all over.
That's all my thoughts, Paxton. I'm going to let you be the final deciding vote on what we do, how we do it, etc., etc., etc. But I've made a lot of decisions up to this point, so I'm making you make one while I refill my water and try not to freak out.
Okay. I like the idea of like you getting Jules out, and then we just go in order, her and then the walkie man, whose name is very funny, and I just barely read The Stand, so that's all I'm thinking about. And then we can do the hot guy, which is also a very on our way out, you know.
Cool.
Okay. Cool. Sounds like a plan.
So you do your little thing. You put your little charges. Bam! The door blows open, or the lock blows off, and you get inside of Jules's cell. From the inside, you can see that she has been drawing in all sorts of mediums, all over the wall, like a tiny children's book almost. And there's like crayon and ketchup and probably poop and all sorts of stuff. But I don't think you have enough time to sit and like discern what she is, but you can just tell that she has, before she was like chained up, she was in fact drawing some sort of like story over and over and over again.
Can I roll a notice to see if I can pick up anything in the quick glance?
You can.
We have time for.
Sure.
Is there any penalty imposed, or is
no?
What's That's a 6.
Okay. With a 6, you're not sure exactly what is happening, but you do see, like, it looks to be a young girl and like a blocky, like, golem robot, maybe. just at various scenes throughout it, like just like on like a space station in stop chewing on my cord, please. No, thank you.
Isn't that a
Like
thing?
in some like in a hallway, like under the ocean, like just like looking like they're having adventures.
Snuffles. Didn't he have a thing that was like a kid's story or some shit in
I
his
don't know.
channel?
Dude, does
Yeah,
he?
there once was a girl who lived on an asteroid, a lonely and forgotten robot, her only friend. Okay. Yeah. We only got like that last page, so in character we don't know shit.
Yeah.
But Jackie, I'm like, fuck.
She says,
Also, how like upsetting to see the like OG Dolly AI art and then think about how far we've come and
"Yep,
what that would look like if you were to run the same prompts now. Sorry.
no worries."
Okay, hang on. I'm taking notes. Give me a second.
All right. So she's out, and she's all bound up, and she's like chained, like almost like a straitjacket. And she's just like, "Ah, you are real. Do I get to go home now?"
I don't. But you are gonna come with me.
Oh,
We won't have
goody.
time to get all of this off. But you just do what
Oh,
I say
boy.
and keep quiet, okay?
Shh. Shh. Shh.
Amy's gonna need a vacation after this.
Quiet like mice. Shh.
Quiet like shadows.
Quiet like shackles.
Beep.
Shadows.
Boom. And
Oh.
the walking man cell busts
Oh
open.
yeah. Meanwhile, Streffen, you've been doing the walking. The walking man comes out, unfolding like a series
Oh, it's
of
just
like paper cutouts. Like that's the word, like an origami. And what you notice?
Oh, like you
Yeah.
you fold it into an accordion and so
Yeah.
his hands go sprawling.
Except that he doesn't have hands. He's just really long legs or arms. Just really long legs. And like probably a torso. Remember earlier today when we said those legs go all the way down to the floor? He's basically the walking man is basically really long legs,
That's not the right.
a tiny torso, and like a dandelion pluff head, and just like the biggest Cheshire smile that you've ever seen. Except the teeth are not like they're just like very square, chompy teeth. And,
excellent.
And he just like, and he is 15 feet tall.
The mask kind of square chompy feet.
Yeah.
Carries the mask.
Yes, exactly. But no nose, just two eyes, and like his head is like a perfect orb and fluffy, like a dandelion. And he just like
he sounds like a little guy.
Except he's like 15 feet tall.
Yeah, he just sounds like a little guy.
He's a big little guy.
Yeah,
but
and
he's
he
still
like
a little guy.
and he like gives you like a very gentlemanly bow, like, and then kind of steps between that space that is, you know how like you can't see the space between your eyes, like that little bridge, like like between, like there's that blind spot between. He steps into that blind spot of your eye, between of the bridge of your nose, and is gone.
Terrifying.
Like you feel
Love
like
it.
you feel almost feels like hot, like right here.
Pop, pop, pop. Let's go.
Except
so yeah, Amy would probably.
I can make my own tall, skinny guys without being rubs.
Yes, you can.
He's very different. He's very different. It was just the initial description. The initial description, I was just like, ugh, long-legged Larry fucking wishes.
Yeah. But when you go to get to do the
Hotman,
which I didn't really realize. There is the guy who you feared, who you cast fear on, and he is there.
Oh. Not Paul.
No, Paul's still, for all you know, Paul's unconscious still. It hasn't.
Yeah. There's Paul and then there's not Paul, and
there's
this is not Paul.
Yeah, not Paul.
Yeah.
And not Paul has a has his he has a shield and a collapsible baton. And he's like, I've called it. He's like, you stay right there.
Oh boy.
I feel like we should. I'll give you an action, but then we got to go into.
Important question: is Amy with Streffen at this point,
I think
or
so.
am I still a little behind?
No, I think you're a little behind. I think Streffen gets one action before Amy joins.
Okay.
Oh boy.
But Amy will be there for initiative proper.
Yes.
Cool. Awesome.
I throw the stun grenade at him.
Okay.
I did leave that with you.
All right, let's see how that works.
It's a thrown object, so I think it goes off of fighting, not shooting.
Yep.
I think thrown objects are athletics technically.
So give me an athletics roll.
Markedly one of your best stats, Streffen.
I mean, it's the same as my fighting and my shooting. So.
Yeah, but athletics was free.
And. I don't know what you mean. I rolled a 5. I'm fine.
Okay, great. Target is stunned. All right, let's see.
Wunderbar.
No, let's see what his rolls is. Dun, dun, dun. Vigor roll. But you only rolled a 5, so it doesn't all right, let's see. He's got a this. Oh, but he busts it. He passes the roll. So
damn.
It goes off. He hunkers down behind his shield. And
okay.
It sort of knocks him on his feet back, but now he's gonna charge you. Now it's time for initiative. Amy, you see this dude
Hang on.
running. Yeah.
Is it that it brain words? Hang on. I'm doing a thing. I'm brain mathing because I know stun and confusion powers both are really fucking weird. Sometimes the order of what stuff happens in is weird. I want to make sure I have it right in my brain. Okay. Cool. We're doing initiative. Go.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, we're going to... Right, here we go. All right, Amy? No.
Yep.
Amy? Ace.
Amy? Ace. Ace of hearts.
Of hearts.
Streffen.
2
of hearts.
Yep. Yeah, that's tracks. Yep.
Jules. 7.
7 of or spades.
And the dude is a 6.
6.
Not Paul gets a 6.
Not Paul. What do you want? Oh. Okay. So I go first?
Yep.
Dude is not stunned.
Nope.
He has a riot shield.
Yep.
Important question.
Mm-hmm.
How do shields interact with ranged attacks? Is it cover?
I think it's cover.
Riot shield?
Yeah, it's cover. It's big enough that it would count as cover.
Well, cover is a penalty of...
I think for this case, it would probably be -2.
-2.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's still probably going to be easier to hit than a parry.
Yeah, he's got quite a parry.
Probably.
So I'm going to cast Bolt. I am going to... I have 6 power points left. I want to say 3 for healing if possible. But I could always spend a penny for more power points.
Oh, that's bizarre.
What?
If a missed attack would have been successful without the cover modifier, and the GM thinks the target is likely to be hit, the obstacle acts as armor. And then it gives some examples of how much armor things like brick walls or sheet metal could count as. That's
like
fun.
It's an explosion or some shit, right? Like applying that. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
That's interesting. That's cool.
Or like if you're shooting like armor piercing rounds or something.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
So funny that you bring up armor piercing because I was looking at that power modifier.
It's probably useful.
There's 1 point knocks out AP2, which even just 1 point of AP2 would be worth it.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
I'm
gonna go a little ham on this. This bolt is going to be upcast to have the damage increase, so it's a base 3d6 on a flat success and a 4d6 with a raise, and it's going to be AP2. So
okay.
That is my favorite song.
That I doing this. Oh, I only need to mark it if I successfully cast.
Not gonna also turn it into a heavy weapon so you can shoot a tank with it.
And it's a -2 coverage.
Yeah.
I'm spending a penny to re-roll that.
Penny.
Froggy Die Giveth, that's an 11 -2 is
9.
A 9, which is a raise.
Yep.
A hit with a raise.
Yep.
So I'm rolling 4d6. It's AP2.
Yep.
Froggy Dice Giveth.
Come on, Froggy Dice.
Holy shit. Okay. All right. And 18, 26.
26. You shoot
26.
through the shield. Like, tell me what it looks like when this drop of blood runs through the shield and kills this guy.
So,
apparently.
I think because Amy is kind of in as foolish as it might be protective mode for Jules, she had like after she had said the like quiet as a shadow, she grabs Jules with her offhand, unsheathes the sword, and like preemptively pricks her thumb and comes around the corner. This situation happens, and then she does a quick like slashing motion, and the blood just travels down. And I always imagine her bolt collecting sort of like, in like fantasy games. I'm specifically thinking of like Legend of Zelda when your hearts are full and you can do that ranged slash coming from the sword. Like it just looks like a sword slash that just extends further, and the intensity behind it and everything. It's not just a single small bolt. It turns into this huge, almost scythe of blood coming at this poor not Paul.
Yeah, and it goes right through the shield, and it hits him real hard, and he's probably dead. You don't know, but he is swept off his feet.
Had a really bad last half hour of life.
Yeah,
poor guy.
And then
you know what happened? He had that compulsion, and then he didn't follow it to a T. And if he survives, he's never going to recover.
And then you hear. So that thing happens, and then you hear, "Get down, down!" And you look over because this is the room where there's sort of this like there's another door to the right where you could have like gone off, and you see 3 more stun grenades being thrown in by the guards coming from the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And just as they're about to like hit the ground and explode, they freeze and they stop in midair, and you all feel the air stop. And then nope, no, thank you, kitty.
Oh, but I want to see the kitty.
No, and then you just and like all three of you can move, but nothing else seems to be happening. And then you just hear this very slow clap from behind you.
Hmm.
And
There's the hot guy.
What? And you hear, "Oh, that was very excellent. Good job. I'm impressed." Do you turn around?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And poor Miles is there, except now he is in a like lavender tuxedo.
Hell yeah.
He has a top hat in his hand and a pair of opera gloves over his one wrist.
Uh-huh.
A fob watch. He's looking much cleaner and more well put together.
Uh-huh.
And he says, "I'm impressed that you pulled it off. Obviously, I needed to help you a little bit, but what a story this will make. Allow me to introduce myself again, and for real this time. My name is Septimus." And both of you know that Septimus is is more almost like an urban legend of beings. Some would say that his powers rival those of a god, and he has been known to pop up time and time again, trying to do stuff, trying to do things, and but but he's always got his finger in the pie of these major instances, major events.
What kind of powers? Time powers? Chaos powers? Is it just like rumors nobody knows?
Yeah,
a variety
of powers. And he says, "Hopefully, you'll be willing to listen to me more than your other friends were." And that's where we're going to end it for today.
The fuck does that mean, Ben?
You obviously didn't watch the stream last time.
No, I've been so out of the loop with all of the other group stuff, and I've kept it that way because I felt like we were coming at some kind of convergence point, and so the fact that I don't know is delicious. I'm going to go back and watch the VODs, like just one day while I'm doing shit, just put on the VODs and listen and shit. And then I'll hit a point that'll be like sending you DMs being like, "You goddamn son of a bitch."
Well, what am I? Yeah. So we've been converging for like a minute. And
yeah.
No, this was always the plan, is that when you broke in, I was 100% certain you were going to get to a point where I was like, I don't know how you're going to get out of it. And Septimus was going to come in. And
we made it pretty far. Did we make it further than you expected?
I did make it further. You did make it further than I expected.
Hell yeah.
So
nice. Using all of our resources.
All of your resources. So,
and then some.
And then some. All right, let's do our outro. We're going to start with Jackie this time.
Hi, bye. I have been Jackie. I've been playing Amy Wurs. Oh god, this game is so much fun. I'm so glad I get to do it. But if you're looking to spend more time with me, you'll find me most readily on Discord, specifically the various Discords relating to the Actual Play podcasts that I love, enjoy, and constantly recommend, including but not limited to Tabletop Squadron, Whimsy and Artifice, Orpheus Protocol, A Night of Shreds and Patches, Sounds of Crows, and my personal favorite RPG for you and me. If for whatever reason you are on the Twitter sphere, I refuse to call it X. And I am still there. You can find me at Good Ship Sarcasm. my profile picture is the Strawberrio. You will know it when you see it.
It's a me, Strawberrio.
Wahoo!
Wahoo! Wahoo!
Hello, I have been Paxton. Today I played Streffen. If you want to get in contact with me, most of those places where you can find me. Otherwise, I don't spend a lot of time online lately. This is Suki. She sometimes shows up on those Discords as well. She is a very active typist.
I love that you were just like, if you want to contact me, I expected you to follow up with it. You can reach me at 555.
Send it.
Just dox yourself.
Care of.
Send a care package to P.O. Box.
Yeah.
Care of
8675309.
If you would like to send money my way.
Got it. I got your number on the wall.
Wow,
oh yeah, my Venmo is at PaxQuack. That's the only way you can contact me is sending me money.
Yep.
Yeah. You are welcome, Juan. Let's see.
And this is Ben.
De nada, Juan. Sorry. Hi, this is Ben Hatton doing Duolingo during on our way out. I'm trying. De nada, Luis. Thanks.
You got to keep that streak up.
I got to keep my streak up. I'm trying to learn both Spanish and Japanese at the same time. I tried to do the one where you learn music, and I was like, "Fuck this!" I like, what are these fake keypads? C. Nope. I've been the GM of this game. I'll probably continue being the GM for a little bit. I really appreciate everybody who sat through this. This was a longer session than we usually do. I've been really excited. We had a lot of going on. We were building to this big reveal of Septimus coming back, and he is back. And oh boy, the characters are going to be faced with a choice to make next time when we see one another. Thank you for watching. Thank you for going back and watching the YouTube channel. I'm a little behind on getting everything up, but I have winter break coming up from my school, so I'm planning on putting up probably like close to a day's worth of content. So you can just spend the holidays with us.
Hell yeah!
I like fires and
season.
bear rugs. That's rugs made of people like me. Thanks for watching. And one more thing. Pretty soon, actually after the next session of Streffen and Amy, we're going to be doing a number of intermissions. If you're interested in playing, join the Discord, shoot me a DM, and we're going to find some time. There's a big mystery that's being revealed now after a year of us playing this game, and it's only going to get, if you want to be part of the sort of the depth of lore, please join. Thanks so much, everyone. Goodbye.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now.
Thank you for being here today.